Oh, good everybody. Osman Collects here, and we're back again with CoverWatch. Whereas normally it's just we do a little bit of a market watch of what's happening out there in the digital space, whether it's happening on like platforms such as VeVe, Candy Digital, Neon Ichiban, and anything else is out there. Just gives you that sort of daily dose of your geeky nostalgia, whether that be gaming, say comics, collectibles, say film. So we're all for it. But first of all, guys, I want to just welcome everybody who's tuning in live at the time of this recording. Yes, guys, this is live. So if I am sweating uncontrollably, I do apologize, guys. It is hot as hell here in the UK at the moment. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so I do apologize. I'm extra shiny as normal. But yeah, guys, so yeah, we've got a bit of a special one this time around. So I'm gonna quickly run through all the usual fun stuff, and then I'm gonna get our special guests up here. And I've got an all-star panel this time around, guys. So let's jump right into the fun stuff real quick. So first of all, guys, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's tuning in live at the time of this recording, and also a big shout out to our channel sponsors in the form of Xhibition. Here's Richard, mentioned 85, X-Men fan since 92, and digital comic collector since 22. AI is not art, it certainly cannot write. In fact, AI is not even AI. He's a big supporter of the show. His X-Men knowledge is off the chain, and also loves his comic books. And yeah, big supporter. So all appreciate you, Xhibition. And he also has a YouTube channel, which is just recording his journey as a full-time comic book creator. So check it out, like, follow, and subscribe, all that jazz. And of course, I want a big thank you to our new or returning sponsor in the form of the DGC. They are a digital grading company that offer grading services for those who own digital comics, collectibles, stamps, tickets, logos, and vehicles and artwork. So long story short, guys, if you got digital stuff and you want to get it graded, they offer all sorts of different services in that sense. They do have a website, which I do have a link in the description of the video. Check them out, and yeah, if that's something that appeals to you, yeah, check them out. And also, biggest thank you to California Comics as well. California Comics is the first comic book store in the metaverse. So he has a comic book shop in the VeVeverse. And yeah, friendly customer service, awesome mint numbers, mint hunter extraordinaire. Like, follow, and subscribe, and all that jazz. And of course, a big shout out to the TRU Media Group. Osman Collects, Get to the Comics, CoverWatch, and by X Show, the Oz Show. We are very proud affiliates of the TRU Media Group. They offer all sorts of basically awesome shows across the digital space. They have their shows such as Future Watch, Aloha Friday, Virtual Radio, the TRU Drop Show, the TRU Media Show. They also do original content and also all sorts of other awesome stuff as well. Big supporters of the show, personal friends of mine, and yeah, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all their shows out there in the space as well. And yeah, guys, so that's all the fun stuff out of the way. So let me just bring that. I was supposed to do that. So let me bring back my dashing face, which is on this one here. There I am. Haha. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is a bit of a special one. So, and also, guys, actually, before I forget about it, I actually have a special co-host that I'm going to bring up to the stage as well. It is none other than this guy right here, VideoShane. Not only is the narrator of my life, he is also my special co-host for this segment of the show. So, Shane, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure as always. And yeah, like I say, guys, we've got a bit of a special one because we have very, very lucky to have the founders of Neon Ichiban here to join us. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the helicopter. We're going to get him into the show, into the stage, and yeah, we're going to welcome on, and we're going to talk a little bit about the platform and all the other cool features that they have with us. So let's get them in here. Do I have sounds? No, I don't have sounds. Oh, there it is. Aha! All right, let's get him in. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I introduce Chip Mosier and David Steinberger. Yeah,
it's looking better than mine.
I said I haven't had a problem with hair for a long time, but yeah. But how are we doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
So how hot is it in the UK?
Right now, it is currently 36. It peaked about 36 degrees Celsius here in the UK today, which translates to about 97 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So
not a place where you're usually running the AC.
No, well, yeah, it's basically because where I'm based in Bristol, in the United Kingdom. This country is not built for anything. So basically, if it gets too hot, it basically comes to a standstill. It gets too cold, comes to a standstill. The only thing we seem to be built for is rain. but we're powering on. But first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to come and be here with us today to talk about basically your platform, Neon Ichiban. So first of all, just let's kick it off with yourself, Chip. Just a little bit about yourself, and how did it all begin?
Oh my goodness. How long do you have? Back in 1973, my parents, no. So David and I met when I was at Boom Studios. I've had an aberrant interest in digital comics for my whole career in comics, going back to the early 90s. I did a digital pack-in project with Marvel back in 1994 under the auspices of then editor Marie Javins. He's now editor-in-chief of DC. That never made it to production. And anyway, so David and I met when I was at Boom and did a deal with Comixology and all the other digital vendors and it was obvious to me that David knew, not only knew what he was doing, was incredibly savvy with the business. And when I got the quarterly checks after I doing deals with 6 people, 6 different entities, the Comixology check was 10x the other one. And so
good times.
I was like, oh yeah. And Dave and I kept talking and kept doing business together. And then I made the jump to Comixology in 2011, and then had more bunch of different hats: marketing, business development, communications, and then the company was sold to Amazon in 2014, and pretty much let us do a lot of stuff that we wanted to do, except like the biggest thing that they forced us to do early on that we didn't like was remove in-app purchasing. But we got to stand up the subscription service, got to do the original content line, Comixology Originals, where we did deals with for 88 series over 5 years. 55 of them were launched by the time David and I left, and there's still some of the deals that we signed are still coming out, still winning, still getting nominated for Eisners, which is nice to see. And in the last couple of years, they have a leadership principle at Amazon called Disagree and Commit, where you're in a meeting, you disagree with how you're going to go forward, and then once the decision's made, you got to commit. And so we told them that it wouldn't work out, that the Kindle integration was happening too fast, and reportedly, one of the comments was, "Where will they go?" And I believe the retort was back to print, or stopping collecting, or stopping digital. And they didn't believe us, and sadly couldn't stop that moving train. And David left, and then I left, and then we formed Distillery. And then doing Distillery, we get to publish our own comics, which is fantastic. We learned a lot with Comixology Originals. And so we took that experience and stood up a publisher in record time, really making a pretty great brand name. And because we controlled the content and the digital distribution of the content, we innovated on the Distillery platform, a resellable digital marketplace, the digital remarks. We really improved the digital reading experience, which isn't talked enough about in my book, is when you're going to compare digital platforms, and especially the degraded reading experience that ended up at Kindle for comics. You really have to talk about the reading experience. And David created a guided view at Comixology, and I really think that the Neon Ichiban reader is the best in class. So then we were able to do all these experiments, prove the model, and then it was fairly straightforward to show the big boys what we were doing, and sign deals with Marvel, DC, Kodansha, and then Dark Horse, Oni, Vault, Rebellion, which never signed to Comixology, oddly enough, and then we started Neon Ichiban, and came out of the chute with a bang, and now we're on 2.0, and on the cusp of announcing 2.5, and a lot of other big innovations. David might have a different take on any of this that I just said. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that leave much for you, David?
Yeah. I mean, I think that coming out of Comixology and the Amazon experience, and then Chip saying, "Hey, I want to make a publisher," the idea that we could experiment with digital and do some things that Amazon will never do. Amazon will never create a resellable license for a digital comic. They're never going to do that. They're not going to do signable. They're not going to spend that kind of time and effort. Nor are they going to build, I think, a reasonable facsimile of how people shop for comics. That's all gone. Comixology was built around how we think about comics and publishers and theories and that type of thing. And in fact, we built a lot of that stuff for Kindle to try to make it work. And so it was an opportunity to say, like, NFTs were kind of flattening out. They're having a bit of a rough reputational time when we left Amazon, but there were things that I loved about it, just really loved about it. And I thought, okay, if we can be an authority for editions and we can sell variant covers for 7 days, but also serve a reader who might just want the main cover, can we pull that off? And so that's what we got to experiment with Distillery. It's still working. All the Marvel variants, for instance, are there on Wednesday and available for 7 days, and after that, they can be sold in the marketplace and bought in the marketplace. And so we're seeing is really interesting. Like the marketplace-wise, everywhere from kind of the dollar box all the way up to more expensive pieces that are signed and collectible. And there's the site. It's about to change, actually, probably later tonight, maybe even this morning, where our navigation's getting a little thinner, changing some stuff around, moving some stuff around for 2.5.
Oh, cool. No, very cool. Yeah, because like a little bit about myself, like, because like normally, like, I have as a collector myself, I sort of via more like collecting, like I love collecting digitally, like, because I mean, for me, like, collecting digitally, like, it's a lot more convenient. I don't have to worry about things like storage, conditioning, all that sort of jazz. So normally when I collect on all sorts of various platforms, whether that be like Web3 platforms such as VeVe, Candy Digital, Fanable, but I also enjoy collecting on Neon Ichiban as well. Like, I normally predominantly cover those platforms, but I would also like to present options to other people as well, like, because I understand, like, Neon Ichiban isn't Web3 based; it's all like Web2 based, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But like, so what was the actual like idea behind that sort of business model? Was it just like sort of like just we were more comfortable just as a Web2?
Yeah, it's more just the timing and reputational hit that the NFTs were taking. A lot of creators, we're very creator focused. It's Distillery, obviously, and the first product we had was the publishing, and we have a bunch of founding creators who own shares in the company and get to earn shares in the company as their books come out. That was super important to us. Most of those folks had some experience with NFTs. Some of them had their stuff stolen and put up falsely, and the questions of that. And then of course there's kind of this, we can litigate all this stuff if we want to again, but because it's mostly been solved, I think, but the energy consumption, I think people just never re-educated themselves to what the standards were of today to understand that the energy consumption is not as bad as you think. And so we actually started the setup on QLDB, which is a quantum database for at Amazon at AWS, which is it's a ledger. It's blocks. It's not a public, multi-server adversarial ownership check. but it is not able to be rewritten. They actually deprecated that just as we were about to launch.
All right.
So we decided, okay, look, we're going to take that as a symbol. We want to get this out to people. If we get to codify this later when things are calm and people don't care so much, maybe we can do that. So we decided to go this direction, so we could just get it out and get moving.
Yep. No, cool.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The attitude towards NFTs is still relatively rough. As both Chip and David know, I go out and do panels at different conventions, and I'm a big proponent of digital collecting. I've been a comic book collector my entire life since I was a young kid, so I've got thousands and thousands of comic books, and I don't have access to them because I have to move all the long boxes around and try and get to them, and it's just rebagging and reboarding after so many years, and it becomes a lot to deal with physical collecting. And so I made the transition over to digital collecting like I think 4 or 5 years ago. And then when I discovered you guys at San Diego Comic-Con, and you were first demoing the Remark capability, as you both know, I just got in line and went in line again and a line again, and was taking videos and photos of the process, because I think that the Remark thing is just such a cool aspect of your platform and so unique that I don't think anybody else has done anything like that, especially in an in-person event like at a convention. So how did that come about? How did you develop that, and where's it at now?
It just felt super natural to super extra natural, however you want to put it, very natural for it to go from digital collectible to like, what's missing here? What's missing from the platform? So resellability was missing. The idea, it shouldn't be revolutionary, but I don't know of another digital bookseller that's actually doing reselling of items, even though you're buying a license in a print book, just like you're buying a license in a digital book. It's just that you don't have that physical manifestation. You're still, if you look, go ahead.
Sorry, David.
Chip, please.
We were at a show one time and someone came up and all they did was collect digitally. This is probably 10 years ago. Sorry. 15.
Wow.
And someone came up to Jim Lee and said, "Can you sign my iPad? This is where all my comics are."
Right. They signed the back of the iPad. We gave one away.
They're like, "We should fix this one day."
Yeah,
that's a great idea. We actually gave away a drawn Batman cover on the back of a iPad once.
That'd be great.
From Jim.
We'd batted this idea around for a while, and then it was San Diego was approaching, and we're like we got to have something new for San Diego. What would be really cool? And we're like, yeah, let's do this signed comic.
Figure this out.
This will be cool.
Yeah, and so the idea that you can mark this moment in time. You're at the convention. You're getting a security. You're taking a photo of it. You're doing some video. It becomes a keepsake. It becomes a real item that is yours. And you'll see on the site. You can see it a little bit here. We put watermark all of them in the public view, but in your view, in the customer's view, they'll be fully without watermark, and it actually shows up as the cover of your comic too. And if it's a PDF downloadable comic, and you decide to download that to store it offline, it's the cover for that one too. So it's actually just unique. Once you do that, we don't let you resell it in the marketplace, because obviously it's like you've removed it from the vault or whatever. You can still download it and read it in our apps, but not resell it. It just seemed natural to do. And then when we got it in front of our founding creators that year at Comic-Con, they all loved it. They all just really enjoyed doing it. And so we've been working really hard since, we had to kind of pause doing more development on the digital side of Distillery to make Neon Ichiban, multi-publisher, all the stuff that you have to do for that, the apps, etc. But now we're back at it. The Neon Ichiban beta in iOS right now, 2.1 beta, has the QR code where you can go to your collection, tap and hold, pops up, and you can say view ownership QR code, and that'll pop up an ownership. And we actually, Shane and I kind of put together a demo for one of his books, which we can do whenever you want. And then the creator can scan that QR code with the creator app, and it brings up a whole drawing environment with that cover. They draw on it, they press save. Seconds later, it's the cover for that book for that customer. Super fun.
Oh, But that'd be great, because that was actually going to be like one of my questions. Like, what is actually like the process of actually like turning that idea into basically what I'm seeing in front of me right now?
Oh,
So
can I share screen? Can I do that?
Absolutely. You
Right.
should be able to. Hang on. Let me see if I can do this here.
See. Yeah, it looks like I can. All right, so
Hang on, let me find it. So, Hang on, is it
like
sharing now? Hang on.
looks
Well,
like
maybe
I
I
can.
gotta. Yeah, maybe I
Share
gotta
screen.
get rid of that one.
Share screen. I'm going to show you my iPad. Just make sure it's on. Okay. This is hacky.
Chip?
It's just through QuickTime.
Here we go. Present. Okay, here we go. If I bring that over here.
Oh, there.
Okie dokie. Here we go.
Okay, so normally Shane would bring this up in his app, bring up the edition that he has, and do a QR code. So I'm going to show this on the screen here. This is what that looks like.
Wait. There we go.
So you can actually pick your edition number. You can get a different QR code. This is just a screenshot of it for this. And then if you want to show the iPad app, so this is my own collection. I can come in here as a creator and remark my own stuff, right? So I can tap on here, press remark, and actually.
Okay, I see. So then you can right, I'm with you.
And so at the con, go into my queue, do scan QR. I can just pop this in. This is actually Shane's cover, and he's got a bunch of signatures. I see VeVe. Who else is on here, Shane?
Oh my gosh, I think I have like there's 6 different ones on there. Yeah.
Jock over here on the left, VeVe on the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure who the.
Yeah, this was all from San Diego when I just kept going through the line over again. I just want to say, when I was going through the line, you were saying how the artists were enjoying it. I can testify to that. They were just getting such a kick out of taking the iPad and the experience of putting their signature on it. They were just as giddy as I was when they were doing it.
So I'm gonna sign with Crayon.
All right.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
And then I can just press finish here. It's saving it. And now it's off to Shane.
And bam, done.
That's it.
And also within the app now, it's going to register your signature as being part of that book.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right. So it creates history, just like you'd see on the blockchain. Usernames, RMQ. If you buy something in the marketplace, or sell something in the marketplace, you can actually put a message on it. So you can see like what's a good, I think Becky Clunan does a lot of really fun little notes in there, but you can put in a note with your sale, and that then gets carried with the history of the object. So it's kind of fun. Like Scott Snyder owned this. He sold it to this person. This person got a signature from Jock, and then got a signature from Snyder himself. And then, then they can put it on sale if they want to, or like I said, it's a memento of your moment in time with that person, that creator. We also allow for commissions online. That's not launched yet on Neon Ichiban, but it is part of 2.5. So you'll be able to pick a comic and pick a verified creator and actually ask for a signature or sketch, which is great for them because it's a new way to make money. They can sign a bunch of stuff while they watch Netflix at night if they want. Hopefully it becomes a norm for them.
I love
so
it.
I'm just reading some of the comments here. Like they've got like a 70-year-old Frank Miller would ask, "What sorcery is this?" That's so funny. Yeah. Also, big shout out to everybody who's interacting live in the chats as well. I do see you guys out there, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, yeah, please don't be afraid to throw them up there. Like, we will. I like I said, I like trying to do these shows live now because it does give the audience like a chance to interact with us and actually sort of like ask like their questions like we do. I mean, like, I will throw this one up there because I'm sure a lot of people are thinking it. Like, genuine question, why not mint on blockchain? But I'm pretty sure you explained that before. But
yeah, Chip, you want to take a stab at that?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they came in a little late.
I mean, there's a lot of concerns about the block. There's a lot of concerns about energy consumption.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of the companies have addressed that. Some haven't. There's a lot of piracy that has gone on, and we have positioned ourselves as a creator-friendly company through Distillery, giving founding creators, equity in the company, and through Neon Ichiban, where we're giving 70% of the fee from every remark to the creators, and
nice.
building a whole new creator economy around digital remarks with a 24/7 artist alley, basically, as we launch commissionable remarks. So, there's a lot of antipathy. I think some warranted, some not, around blockchain, but dealing with crypto and a crypto wallet and stuff around that, and the blockchain thing is just a lot of consumer unfriendly things, a lot of creator unfriendly things that would just create so much unnecessary friction in the business. That our approach, we're just trying to be the most consumer friendly, the most creator friendly approach that we can muster, and I think we've succeeded. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, and I'd say it's for a lot of the whatever used to be the comic sphere, whether it's Twitter. I don't think it's Twitter anymore, but is it Blue Sky, something like that? It's not just antipathy; it's animosity.
Yes.
I mean, there's no question that we live in a world right now where shaming people seems to be the -- thing, even if it's something like buying a variant cover from Neon Ichiban, or that there's scarcity in digital. There's just a lot of animosity towards that, and so we just, like I said, we set up for QLDB. They deprecated that, and we were like, let's just get going here and avoid that one pitfall. But I will say that, like Chip said, we start with the reading experience, we start with the shopping experience. That's going to continue to improve. You'll see some improvements in the next couple of days, in fact. And then we add on the collectible and the fun and the remarks, the downloadability, and trying to make it super clear when you get to a book, what are the properties of this license that you have? Is it downloadable? Is it DRM free? Is it remarkable? Can you resell it in the marketplace? And so at the very least, you know what you're getting into as a reader or as a buyer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One question I do have for you is, when you sell something on Neon Ichiban, I understand currently it is store credit. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Has there been any discussions internally about allowing people to do a cash out, essentially?
Tons of discussions.
Yeah,
it's a matter. I mean, you guys, I'm sure many of your viewers went through the VeVe thing where they tried to figure that out. It's not as easy as it should be.
It's not as straightforward as it sounds.
Yeah. Would love to be able to do that and do that well. I see a question about. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a question because I know you've got here, in the wallet, it says redeem gift cards. Like, how do you actually get gift cards?
Yeah, they'll be on sale. They're just not there yet.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. You might add funds. I see. Yeah.
Because
we're selling gift cards yet.
Okay, there you go, guys. Stay tuned. Gift cards are coming soon.
It's not
and how will the gift card program work?
That'll be an object that you can buy and then email to people. It'll just be a redemption code in essence.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I see that comment. Just to answer that, the big folks are doing it. Will do it. Some of the smaller publishers won't. Lots of the individual creators will not get involved with blockchain. It's just it's kind of the same thing we do with Comixology. I want to have Marvel and DC on there. I want to have the other big publishers. I want to be open for all the creators, and so it's just a path we decided not to take.
Yeah, I think this idea that you've both come up with allowing the artists to be able to do commission right on your platform is really exciting. I think it's great for the creators.
Check out these Chris Burnham and Dennis Culver remarks on Doom Patrol.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I love it. One thing I wanted to ask about was, have you ever given thought to the idea of rewarding collectors the collect digitally with an exclusive physical. So like if you come out with 5 variant covers that are on Neon Ichiban and you collect those, then you get like something that has a very low printed amount for a physical. That would make the physical collectors, I think, take notice of the digital side of collecting.
Yeah, in fact, we had this up and running over at Distillery Digital. There was an ownership bonus. We had print covers that were only unlocked or with ownership.
Yep.
We did something and this will the QR codes makes this possible again in the app. That in New York Comic Con last year, Chip, 2 years ago, I don't remember. We had I don't know if you guys know, we made little toys. We made toys.
Yep.
There was a Somna version of that toy, a colorway for Somna, that you could get, I think, at half price if you showed that you had prove ownership of Somna. So you come with same idea. You come up to the booth, you show your collection QR code, and then we had a little app that the person behind the booth behind the table could scan and say like, "Yep, you own Somna. You qualify for this 50% off."
Right.
So that was pretty great. But yeah, for a long time we were doing a special variant cover only unlocked by owning digital, and I'd love to get back to that. Again, we're kind of having to rebuild piece by piece into a larger multi-publisher platform. Oh, looks like we got a missing cover there. Got to fix that.
I know. So what's going on there? Look.
Screen grab sent to customer
the QA.
That's it.
customer service. Oh, who are you talking to?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I think that's an exciting way to get the physical collectors to especially if you're able to talk DC or Marvel into doing an exclusive cover that they can only get by collecting digitally. I think as soon as the first CGC graded version of that exclusive cover came out, I think people would really take notice.
That's interesting. So you're saying, like, let's say we sold a Marvel cover by one of the founding creators on distillery.co, unlocked by ownership. That's interesting.
Yeah, and have it be something that's really limited, like the print run on it is in the hundreds, something, and then super hard to find, and people want to see that's the whole idea of the cookie on top of the refrigerator. It's like, well, you can't have these cookies, you can have all these other ones. Well, then that's the only cookie I want, is the one that you tell me I can't have.
A little reverse psychology or something like that. I love it.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
One thing you and I had chatted about a little bit, David, at San Diego, was right after you came out with the remarks. I had asked you, had you given any thought to the idea of adding animation to the signature, where you could record the actual signature itself?
Yes, and in fact, iOS, the native, reason we've moved to native is that's going to make that possible. Yeah, nice. We love the idea of adding value to that moment in time. So you yourself, you're making a video and taking photos while people are doing their remarks. Like, why can't that be a part of the travel piece that travels with the item, right?
I love it. It's
part of the history of that item. We'd love to do that. That's not an announcement, but it certainly is on our minds.
That's alpha. Just got
and we more and more
that's wishful thinking.
We're kind of zooming in on the idea that our job is to move fans close to creators, or to figure out where you are as a fan and move you along a continuum of, I'm new and need some help, and maybe our community hub can help you figure out what the next comic you need to read is, or how to get into Supergirl because the movie's coming out, you're new to comics or manga. And then our job is to move you across that towards collectability, towards getting a creator, towards getting to a convention, to getting a signature, to buying original art. Like, if we can get you all the way there, like through that continuum, we've really done a good job. And so we've more and more focused on the interaction between creator and fan. And so the more we can do to help that be a fun experience for everybody, the better.
Well, I think you're onto 100%. I think that's one of the things that people lose about not going to the physical comic shop, and that's one of the things people like about that is you're around other people that read comics, and they'll say to you, "Oh my gosh, have you read this? You got to check this out." And so, yeah, you're right. The social aspect of adding that to the site is a huge thing.
Yeah, and so tonight, tomorrow, sometime we're going to be expanding the community hub to include posts, questions, AMAs, lists. You can post your list. we'll have a public profile. You can make an avatar out of the covers you own, banner. Nice. If you want, I can actually show you that too.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. All right.
Inside info. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
This is great, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
I mean,
this is going to have crap data. They're going to be missing covers, and because this is our dev site.
Yeah,
but
that's right. It's raw, unedited. There we go.
All right, so you can see we've made the banner a lot smaller, so it's not taking up so much space. But in our community hub, which all this navigation is going to continue to get better, we now have, like, here's a fake blog post I made earlier today. Right, so this is actually my profile. I pick a couple things. This is Endeavor from Distillery, which is going to be out here in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
And all the stuff that we're doing with the 2.0. Come over here to the profile. 2.5, yeah, 2.5. Into the profile, you can see activity on your posts, the latest posts that you've been involved with. Get to set your bio, taste in comics. You can put up a collection and show featured collection. You get your active listings in one place, reviews that you've put together. Again, this is all kind of dummy data right now, so it's not perfect, but
yeah,
that's so the idea is really like, yeah, how do you? I mean, we all went through this, right? Of saying, hey, you know, what should I be reading, or getting excited about something, want to share the joy, and so just even a post that says like, I'm really loving, you know, I guess the absolute line is pretty hot still. Yeah. So, you know, the reimagining of Batman or whatever, and you can use the @ symbol and tag Scott Snyder. You can tag the series. You can tag DC. You can tag the item all the way down to that level, and then that all gathers at the bottom of the post, so that you have easy access to getting to those things. I'm super excited about it. It's something we plotted out in 2014 before we got bought by Amazon, and finally got a chance to do it with modern technology, and you know, social isn't something that Amazon excels at. So I think it's yet another way for us to do what's right for comics and manga, apart from any other part of a business that you need to take care of. That's all we are.
Yeah, I love it. That's super cool.
Yeah, one thing I do like about Neon Ichiban is like they also, you guys also offer the free comic carousel. So
yeah,
even if someone like, you know, doesn't want to like, you know, like they get a little bit scared, don't want like, you know, put any money into the app or whatever, at least at the very least, I know that they can get a free comic book to start their collecting journey, and that they can, like, you know, start with one issue and they go, oh, I like this one, and maybe like, you know, they take the plunge to get a little bit more in there, or like you said, someone might recommend something like, you know, something they've never ever seen before and go, hey, that was pretty cool, I might go check this out as well. So I really like the fact that there's pretty much like a zero cost entry to actually get involved with the platform. Well,
and if you keep your eye on the marketplace, you know, and sort by price, you're going to see a lot of bargains in there come and go.
Oh yeah, well, like, so we've already got a couple already. Like, they got some like dollar comics, like, you know, 2s, 3s.
And by the way, Absolute Batman at 10,000. Nobody's actually selling a $10,000 comic.
No,
on here. If it happens, I'm sure we'll get a notice about it.
Yeah, they're wishful prices.
About it, we might be sad. You know, we don't want to reveal.
Yeah, and also I like the fact that you guys are constantly adding to the backlist as well.
Oh yeah. And actually, we're going to increase the amount we're getting from Marvel. Yeah, you know, you want the whole library there.
Yeah, that's great. Very exciting. Very cool. Yeah, that's smart. I agree with what you said, Oz. That's really brilliant marketing on your guys' part. It's the concept of going to Costco and you get the free samples, and then you're like, well, I tried it. I might as well buy a box of that thing I just tried as well. You know, so it's like you get one for free and then come in there and spend a little money and, you know, buy a few more books.
I know I have so many frozen Costco hot dogs at home.
Exactly. You feel guilty. You tried one. You mean,
I know.
Now I got to buy it.
That's funny.
I love that they've kept the price at
$1.50.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I saw that somewhere as well.
Yeah, that story behind the CEO constantly going in and the board telling him, we've got to raise the price. Absolutely not. We're not raising the price. I love that he stands his ground. That's
By the way, those Wolverine covers you just went by, I own all of those in print from when they came out.
Oh really?
Nice.
I'm of an age, but yeah, I mean, I did, what is that, $1.50? I was doing 75 cents, I think. I mean, on the original price.
Nice. Well, that was actually
good. Up 50 when they came out. It was a a big deal. That's on some Baxter Armando.
Oh, is it?
Mando paper, I think.
Nice.
We were trying to find the brand names of the paper for distilleries. And we like distillery on blah 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 paper, like they did in the 80s. But everyone's like, oh, it's a pulp free, blah blah blah. And I was like, no. Is there a
Baxter?
I was like, no, I want a brand name. It's like Baxter, like something. And you read those old ads, you're like no one knows what Baxter means.
Yeah. So yes,
organic grass-fed bamboo paper.
Grass-fed
paper. I like that, grass-fed. Write that down.
Yeah.
There is probably bamboo.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So you were saying you've collected all the Wolverine, so you're a bit of a Wolverine fan. Do you
I was
have any other favorite?
Yeah, I was a big Marvel kid. I was skinny and nerdy and ran into Peter Parker very early on in the comic store. And then Mage, of course, the hero discovered from Matt Wagner. And so I got a taste of, I don't know if you guys know that book, but it's Komiko. Is that how you say it, Chip? You know best. Yep. Early independent, 80s independent publisher. And the colors were, it turns out I thought it was airbrush and stuff, but it was a lot of markers, apparently. And so you had this like classic 4-color printing. You could still see the dots on the Marvel books. And then you had a super smooth, airbrushy feeling, blew my mind. And so those are the first 2 books I bought in. But I really just gravitated towards the flawed characters of Marvel. And then, like any collector, I just got kind of stuck. I bought some DC stuff, but not a lot. Not a lot. And honestly, obviously, I got the Dark Knight Returns when that came out. And that opened my eyes to like, okay, something super interesting is going on here. But it fills me with joy just seeing these covers, because again, like unlike you, Shane, I got 2 rows of boxes in a closet. And the other day I was trying to find something for somebody. I was like, I can't take all these boxes down.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to. I want a bigger place. I want drawers that come out, wooden drawers that come out on wheels or something. But it's New York City. I'm not buying that.
Right.
And so
by the way, since there's always price discussion with comics from back then and today.
Okay.
Miko comic at $1.50, which was the cover price in 1986, would be $4.50 today.
Because of inflation.
Yeah. So people talk about the rising price of comics. I don't think comics have
$5 is pretty normal now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there are people that complained about the distillery $8.99 price, but 48 pages, oversized, $8.99, it's a bargain. And we didn't position it as like, this is a value deal. We positioned distillery as a premium product, premium price, but, there was a ton of value. And you'll notice, I realized this later because Dave and I both have Kimiko's huge part of our origin stories as fans and falling in love with the medium. And I realized later, I was like, oh yeah, all the Kimiko comics had wraparound covers.
Oh, nice.
And that was not something that we consciously decided, but we did. And then
for distillery, right?
Subconscious. Totally subconscious.
Yeah. Let's answer some of these questions. California Comics is the metaphors on the roadmap. Oh man. Well, we have a Apple Vision Pro app. So you can, and I have had since the developer version of the, what was the thing that Meta bought? I can't remember now. What's the name of that company? Oculus. From the Oculus Dev Kit. I've had VR on my desktop since then, and I bought just about every version of it. I would love to have, and you can already, on the Apple Vision Pro app, you can bring up multiple readers. That's one thing that's unique to it, right? You can actually snap it to the wall. So I'm a big fan of the idea that we should have collectibles and comics in 3D space. I know VeVe does a little bit of that. That's super interesting to me. I love it. I love it.
One of the better and probably frustrating to Dave and I's Untold Stories Comicsologies. I was at CES, and I was like sitting across from someone, and I had taken a detour in my career and did motion capture for special effects in video games and film for a little bit. And I'm sitting there across from this guy. I was like, who's this guy? And I like looked at my phone. I was like, oh, this is my main contact at Activision. He was at Oculus. I was like, hey, man, we did motion capture like 10 years ago. Like, oh, cool. It's like, what are you doing? Comicsology. He's like, I love Comicsology. I'm like, you're at Oculus? He's like, yeah. And then next thing you know, like I'm at Oculus. I got the rig on. Carmack is on the speakerphone walking through like the Oculus experience. Find out that Carmack's a huge Comicsology fan. And then we get on the phone. David and Carmack are working on some crazy stuff that we can't talk about still. And then and then within the same month, they got bought by Facebook and we got bought by Amazon, and all those plans went away.
Oh man.
So yeah, we you know, there's an alternate universe somewhere.
There's an alternate metaverse.
Yeah, there's
That's
an alternate universe where,
a multiverse somewhere.
That happened literally in 2014.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Biggie verse KFC says, how does a platform like Neon Ichiban compete? Well, Marvel Unlimited is a subscription program. We have to do, and we're currently a purchase only program, so it's more for folks that want to own their stuff. You can download PDFs for many of the books that we carry. Marvel, of course, doesn't let you do that. They want to take your money every single month, which, you know, for some people is exactly right and works for them. It's a good price and it's all right there. I think we have to compete and have a better reader experience than they do, which I think we do. You know, we compete by having multiple publishers in one place, so the convenience of it is there.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
I think getting the word out about digital ownership is the most important thing. You know, whether that lives on blockchain or whether it's, you know, the way that you guys are doing it, just the idea that when I spend money online, if I spend money on something, I want to know that I own it and that I have the ability to resell it. And I think that's true for anything that's bought digitally. And for some reason, it's hard for people to wrap their head around that. They're more than happy to spend, you know, $20 a month on Spotify instead of owning a piece of music that they're paying for, or paying $20 a month on Marvel Unlimited and not owning any of that.
Yeah, I think it's a legitimate choice, right?
Yep.
I think it's interesting because, you know, the guys of Dave and I's generation who are, and mostly dudes, who collected comics and I think it's hard, you know, as not digital native people to wrap their head around stuff like this. But not only is Neon Ichiban trying to meet the community where it's at, but we're trying to build an ecosystem for the next generation of readers.
Yep.
And those readers that are coming up, and readers like my eldest stepkid, they have an allowance to buy clothes for one of their characters in a sandbox game. There's no utility
Right.
for those clothes other than they like to dress their character in different clothes.
Yeah.
And so when we get negative feedback online, it's like, who would want to buy a digital comic that has a remark or like, it's just, it's like, okay, no one's forcing me to do it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's right. Just don't buy it.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
it's definitely it's certainly a different mindset for people.
Or buy it and don't resell it if you want to have access to it, or buy the cheaper one on the marketplace. But like, you're telling me that if you read something once and you want to read more comics and you don't care about collecting, you're not going to sell it for $1 and get another $1 for your next purchase? Like,
Right.
I don't even that mindset there. I don't even get it. Don't even get it.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole mentality behind if I don't like the way that you're collecting, then what you're doing is wrong. Like, Why do you want to inflict your personal views onto a way that is I'm collecting and enjoying it? You know, for me, you know, I've said this a million times, moving into digital collecting actually reinvigorated my love of collecting and brought me back to
same.
when I was a kid. You know, Oz and I actually got a chance to meet in person because we hung out at a convention called Designer Con in Las Vegas, and we've gone the last couple of years, and we're going to go again this year. And now Oz is a really close friend of mine. We talk all the time, and he's on the other side of the world. And we got brought together because of digital collecting, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I love
it. I had to hold myself back. Someone was complaining about resellable comics on and selling remarked comics for more than bought them for on Neon Ichiban, and I almost felt like, do you go into your local comic shop and complain to them about reselling older comics for more money? I mean, it's like what? Like the cognitive dissonance there is really extreme.
Yeah, I agree with you. It'd be the equivalent of somebody standing in the comic shop and saying, I don't like these books about this particular character. Nobody in here should buy these because I don't like them.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
What?
It's a weird, it's a super weird flex.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, there's a small c conservative element to the comic book community. You know, there's a protectionist, you know, it's like, oh, I got my comic, I'm gonna bag, I'm gonna board it, I'm gonna protect it, and that kind of strain like hits against the innovators, and it's not, you know, and that's something that you know, that's the lack of innovation in comic books is something that certainly David and I have you know, been lucky to be the tip of the spear on. And
apparently our brand is now make people mad about larger format comics for, you know, twice the amount of pages for less than twice the price, and you know,
how dare
people
you?
mad about how dare you break the paradigm of the size of my bag.
Yeah.
You know, so it's you know, there's definitely an OCD element to the to comic books, you know.
We all have it.
We all have it. You know, not casting aspersions, but it does put a blocker towards innovation and people taking bigger swings and doing new things, and that's the thing that I'm interested in. And I think, you know, I don't think I'm talking out of turn saying that. I think that's what David's interested in too. You know, we both at our core like to take big swings. We like doing things differently. We like innovating. We like pushing the envelope on all fronts.
And then we love creators. We love the comic books. We love the artwork.
Yeah,
all those pieces.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the care and attention that we have taken with the reading experience on Neon Ichiban. If you look at the care and attention we took with Distillery and the paper quality and the covers, the cover stock and the design, and you know, I think people who pay attention know where we're coming from, and I think this is you know, we're really leaning into the community aspect on Neon Ichiban, and that's because we are of the community, and it's super important. And there's, you know, there's not really a digital multi-publisher platform, you know, that's as community focused or as that comes from a deep well of the comics community like David and I.
Yeah. I really want to answer this last question. Any thoughts of doing con-exclusive comic covers on the platform from Best Car Batman?
Oh, nice.
You know, no, God damn it, and and that's a great idea. And I shall remember to credit you.
Write that down.
That would be awesome.
I wish I had thought of that for San Diego. Now it's probably too late. Great question.
No, nice one. Yeah, great question. The funny enough, Best Guy Batman's actually going to be on our Friday show. Because we on this show we also do a Friday segment where we actually do our live comic book reads from some of the comic books they have over on VeVe, and so tomorrow we're actually doing Marauders number 21, which is the first Hellfire Gala, I think it is, and Best Guy Batman's going to be part of the read. It's going to be a great show. You guys are welcome to tune in if you got the time. But yeah, I did say something I wanted to. Oh yeah, if say for example that another publisher wanted to get involved with Neon Ichiban, is that something they would be able to do? The only reason I ask that is because I actually do a little bit of work with another independent artist by the name of Neil Gibson. He's got a comic book label called Twisted Comics. Say he's based here in the UK, but say for example someone like an indie publisher or something wanted to get involved with Neon Ichiban, how would they do that, and is that possible?
Yes, just email support@neonichiban.com. We're putting new publishers up all the time. It is a little slow going as we're focused on getting through the backlist of the some of the bigger, more well-known publishers, and without the bigger, well-known, a rising tide lifts all ships, and that rising tide is the high interest, well-known content. And so, and then eventually on the roadmap, we'll have a self-service. We'll be able to get stuff up there quicker and sooner and faster.
Super important to be able to scale that way.
Yeah.
And taking and New Voices getting a place to put stuff up.
Yeah, but we the last new publisher we announced was Panic Entertainment. And we have another publisher coming out. So since we launched, we've done 1 or 2 new publishers a month. But yeah, the focus is really on plowing through the backlist, having the backlist of Marvel and DC and some of the other publishers, Dark Horse, some of the longer term, is super important. So it's we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll have it all at some point.
Yep. No worries. And the other question I had was, is there any plans for some kind of like affiliate program or some kind of like way to get like content creators involved with you guys?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing to announce today, but
okay. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
There is a plan. Yeah, and in fact, I'd say like, we like the idea of folks being able to, have a little budget. If you're a micro influencer or something, maybe have a little budget to be able to read some comics online and spread the good word, get a discount for your fans, that kind of thing. For sure. Okay. We're trying all that stuff out.
I know of a show that reads comic books online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can think of one that comes sort of springs to mind. So perhaps maybe you can maybe keep that possibly maybe in the back of your minds.
Very nice high resolution panel to panel view.
Yes, very nice.
Who could do that?
Who could do that?
Yes.
I have a quick question for you. So you're going to do the remarks and the signings at the distillery booth. Have you given any thought to adding that app to any of the creators who might be spread around San Diego Comic-Con, so that you're getting the word out about Neon Ichiban all over the convention floor at different artist booths?
Yes, I can't promise this, but we've been working on a way to show the QR code, scan the QR, the creator scanning it, even if they don't have the app, if it's iOS, getting an app clip, so they can really quickly do a provisional verification, because we verify everybody. If you're going to sign in, you're going to be, it has to be the real person.
Right.
So do a provisional sketch, put in their name and information and email so that we can verify them later. I don't know if we're going to make it. It's only a month away, but we've been developing really, really quickly. We do have an app that's going to be dedicated to creators where they can get in there, put in the form for verification. And if there are any creators in the audience, under hubs, we've got a creator hub, and that already walks you through verification process to be able to start doing remarks. And like I said, tonight or tomorrow, we're going to have commissions up and running for those verified creators.
Yeah, and you've also got like a bit of a reward system going, like, because I saw this a while back saying that if you pre-order a certain book, like physical, like from your local comic book shop or something like that, then you also get a reward on the digital side of things. Is that correct?
Yep, that's Chip's baby.
Yep.
Aha.
Go see rewards. Click it.
I go click it. Do it now. Here we go.
Yeah. So right now we have a handful of Oni books. I gotta update this. We're kind of in beta phase on this one. But yeah, so you sign up, you claim your credit, you pick which store that you did this with, your pre-order, send in the proof. We verify your proof. You get $2.50 when the comic comes out. You buy the comic at the store, take a picture of it. We use the geolocation data of the store to verify that you were there in the store. Picking up the comic, and you get another $2.50. It's pretty cool.
That is
cool. That's very cool. And another little incentive you guys are going as well that I should probably highlight is if you leave a review, you also get a little sort of like a little thank you out of that as well. Where is it?
Yeah, and you don't even
This one here.
and you don't even need to own it. I think you can put a review on anything.
Yeah. Why pay Meta? Why pay Meta money for ads when we can just directly incentivize people to buy more comics?
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
Wow. Yeah, I love everything you guys are doing. And not only that, but you guys, I've talked to you guys in person many, many times, and you guys are just great human beings as well. And
we smell nice.
And you smell wonderful.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's what Chip says. But yeah, it's always good. It's easy to support really good people. So thanks for everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate it.
You too.
Yeah, same here. I mean, like, no, same. I'm always shouting out Neon Ichiban like on every Thursday, like when I cover all the other platforms as well, because I mean, like, I like presenting people like with options. I mean, like, we cover everything that happens like on the Web3 side of things, but if that's not your jam and you want something that's a much more simpler and easy to get your head around, then this is another option for people to enjoy it. Like, it's all about basically like finding whatever suits you in like to sort of consume your fandom, so to speak. Like, if you see something over here that suits that, then like, why not? Like, when you were going back to saying like about like how people have like their own opinion about everything, like I always come back to I think it was Todd McFarlane's basically opinion when it comes to broccoli. Have you heard that one?
He did this whole speech.
I'm sure Shane does. Yeah.
He did this whole stand-up thing at one of the Comic-Cons, and he was talking about digital collecting, and it was basically the same idea. You don't go into the grocery store, and if you don't like broccoli, you don't bring the manager over and start yelling at him, don't carry this broccoli in here. I don't want this. Yeah,
exactly. Well, if you see like broccoli in someone else's shopping trolley, you don't go like, no, I don't broccoli. I don't like broccoli. You shouldn't be buying that. It's like, well, if you don't like broccoli, then don't eat it.
I have one more story. Can't.
Oh yeah, go for it. That's right.
So, I'm a kid. My parents, it was way too old for me. I got me a subscription to Rolling Stone magazine. Was not, didn't do good things. But there was that Frank Miller article about Dark Knight before Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
Read that. And I'm like, I'm picking up one copy to buy and one copy to bag and board. And go in the store. It's the Silver Penny, the mini Maxi Mall on Gester in Houston, Texas. And the guy Keith was the retailer, worked there. And I picked up 2 comics and 2 Dark Knight #1s, came to the counter, and he's like, "Why are you buying those?" And I'm like, "Oh, there's an article in Rolling Stone. This is gonna go up in price. I'm sure it's Frank Miller. It's gonna be awesome."
Yeah.
It's like, those are $2.95 a piece. That's $6. That's crazy. You're crazy. I'm like,
you're like,
yeah, I'm crazy. Can you please check me out?
Yeah.
I did okay.
Yeah.
It's like not only other fans telling you not to buy stuff, but people working in the shop telling you not to buy.
That's so crazy. Don't spend money in my store, please.
Yeah.
I know. Crazy, isn't it? All right, guys. Well, I mean, like, I like to how are you both going on time? Like, so I want to be respectful if you guys have got
I'm gonna have to drop, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got dinner to get to.
Yeah, I mean, we keep talking.
We could. There's no doubt we could do another hour.
I got old man Mosher stories for days, and David Mosher staring at me like the daggers.
Awesome.
Old man Mosher.
No, well, I guess you'll just have to come back at some point when you guys can and share some more stories with us. And also, if you ever want to come on the show and just chill with others and read some comic books, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
Fun too.
Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for
bet.
taking the time out of your busy day for being here.
Thanks for the interest.
Please, yeah, no worries at all. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one, and I guess we'll talk more when you can.
Have a good night.
Thanks all. Thanks everyone.
Great having you.
Thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks, David. Have a good one.
Cheers.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right. Well.
There you
All
go.
right. Well, I guess that was that, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so that was Chip and David of Neon Ichiban. Wow, like what an interview! Like, we basically just sort of went over, but like basically did everything. Like, all the remarking features, what the site offers, and what a pair of awesome guys. I would love to have them back on again.
Oh, they're super sweet guys. Like I said, I've talked to them a whole bunch. They're just, and they're doing different stuff. I absolutely love the remarks on the platform, and they're just always pushing the boundaries, and and on top of it, they're just super nice guys. Yeah, I love them.
Absolutely, and also a big thank you guys for everyone with those questions out there in the chats as well. I know, and also a big thank you to Chip and Dave for actually answering those questions too. I mean, like, I saw Chip like interacting in the comments as well. So that's that was really good to see as well, guys. And anybody watching on the replay as well, guys, I do appreciate you guys. Please write, comment, like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Well, here we go. You know, I'm like, love the interview, learned a lot today. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, no, it's been a good one. But Shane, before we start winding things down, was there anything that you want to talk about or shout out, or anything you want to say before we start winding things down?
No, well, you and I kind of chatted about this before, but I do have my panel coming up in a couple of weeks at San Diego Comic-Con. So if anybody's going to be at San Diego, please come out to the panel. It's on Thursday night at 5:00. I've got a handful of people that are committed, and I'm still working on a few others. We've got a VeVe meetup scheduled here in Phoenix on the 11th. So that's coming up in 2 weeks as well. Things are cooking, and they just started talking about DesignerCon. I think they just wrapped up their Pasadena show, so now they're refocused on Vegas. So we'll be getting ticket prices pretty soon here. And then in between that is New York Comic-Con. So there's a lot of exciting things happening for the rest of the year. And I think that's about it.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, speaking of cool, I need to try and cool myself off because, like I said, I'm still awfully shiny because there's some bloody humidity here in the UK. But yeah, I mean, like, fantastic show, guys. Like I said, it's a bit of a different one from COVERWATCH this week. Like I say, normally we cover everything out there in the Web3 spaces, but I just wanted to showcase and highlight something on the Web2 side of things. So if that's something that appeals to you, definitely check out Neon Ichiban and all the awesome products that they have over there. And just support Chip and David in what they're doing. And I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out and picking up a few things myself. And big thank you to everyone who's interacting in the chats. Big thank you to Shane as well for helping me co-host as well. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you when and where we can. I am looking forward to catching up with you again very, very soon in Vegas, because that is creeping up really fast. And all right, guys. Well, on that note, then I'm going to say my good nights, my good mornings, my good evenings, where you might be in the world. This has been COVERWATCH number 17, the Neon Ichiban special. We'll call it that, with Chip and David. And again, my special co-host, VideoShane. So please like, follow, subscribe if you enjoy the show. Join me on Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Get to the Comics. And we're going to be doing Marauders number 21, which is going to be with myself and another all-star cast. But until then, guys, have a good one. Take care, and we will talk more soon.
Take care.